This already sounds very professional and produced and classy. We should point out, Aaron's going to read the categories and the
Who said
finalists.
I'm reading the categories?
Oh. Okay.
Well, that was
You don't need to read the categories.
Oh, Aaron will control the categories. How's that? But what I was going to say we need to point out is that Wolf has had an adversarial relationship with the Academy in the past.
That's true.
I believe it started a year ago with these awards, and then it bled over into the similar awards we did for the Diamondbacks and the Suns at midseason. So
That is well played by you. Yes, I have had an issue with the Academy.
and I believe
Blue
it
guy, Buda Baker.
started like a year ago.
Gluta.
Gluta. All right, Aaron.
Alrighty,
Please
we'll
save us.
start with our first category.
Okay.
Most impactful rookie. And the nominees are
Marvin Harrison Jr.,
Murray looking downfield now, lobs it deep, near side. Harrison caught it at the 20, at the 10. Harrison dives for the end zone. He's in, touchdown!
Trey Benson,
Handoff, Benson right side with room, 40, bust to the outside 35. Benson at the 30, 25, and shoved out of play at the 25-yard line by Nixon. It's a 20-yard run for Benson.
Max Melton,
He's improving. I mean, you could see it yesterday. You know, his number was called on for the remainder of the game when Sean went out, and I thought he went out there and did some really good things.
Tip Ryman,
I've been really impressed to come in as year one and to take on the role that he's taken on and to do it at the level that he's done it with is really impressive. Been really pleased with that.
And the winner is
Touchdown! Marvin Harrison Jr. Marvelous!
Marvin Harrison
Yes.
Jr. overwhelmingly won that category.
Oh, yeah. You got to stand up and applaud right there. The Academy actually did its work, did its business. That is well played. Marvin Harrison Jr., yes, it's been up and down. Yeah, there have been peaks and valleys in terms of his production. But Marvin Harrison Jr. is clearly getting better and better and better. And as he gets better, the chemistry between Kyler and him gets better.
That was an interesting category for me, just because it did kind of put everything into perspective. Again, if you talk about Marv as a number one receiver on a team, okay, he's not consistent enough yet. If you just talk about him, though, with fellow rookies, all those other names that we just heard are guys that are having pretty solid rookie years. And yet when you line him up next to Marv, he's on pace for 850 yards and 10 touchdowns. He's still had the biggest impact.
Sold.
All right, our next category is
Best Second-Year Player of the First Half of the Season. And the nominees are
Starling Thomas,
Character first. He's always trying to get better, work on his game, very serious person. And his skill set, he's done a really good job. You know, he played a lot of snaps last year and continued to improve throughout the offseason. He's playing good football right now. Glad we have him.
Garrett Williams,
What a great play by Garrett Williams. Knocking the ball out. Oh, that is a fantastic job on Will Dissly, getting that right hand across and knocking the pig out.
Paris Johnson Jr.,
Just his attention to detail and his enthusiasm and effort to get better. I think he puts a lot on himself. He's a very prideful guy, and he wants to be one of the best out there, and he's doing a good job.
Dante Stills,
There it is. Hey, it's West Virginia. It's West Virginia. The pride of every mountaineer. Come on, you old grads. Join with us young lads. It's West Virginia. Now we cheer. Hey, hey, hey.
and the winner is
I like big
Paris Johnson Jr.
Yeah.
All right, the Academy, 2 for 2.
Oh, my goodness, the Academy is rolling right now. Paris Johnson Jr., the move to left tackle. How do you quantify how important this truly was for the Arizona Cardinals going forward? When you look at 6-4 at the bye right now, when you look at this resurrected, if you will, offense, and Kyler Murray with his career as well, and the way people are talking about Kyler Murray and this Arizona Cardinals offense, think of Paris Johnson Jr., who is improved after going to left tackle more than he was at right tackle. He's improved on the left side. It blows my mind that he has made that kind of transition. And guess what? Looks like he could be the franchise left tackle for the Arizona Cardinals for the next decade plus.
Everything you just said was made so much more impactful by this "Remember the Titans" like music in the background. You saying that, here, like anything you say with this music is like, wow, this is a permanent thing right here. Yeah,
the Academy stand and applaud.
Tough to beat out Garrett Williams, but he did, and I think it sounds like you and I both voted for Paris Johnson Jr.
Yes.
All right, you ready for our last category this hour?
So ready.
All righty.
Most improved player of the first half of the season. And the nominees are
Michael Wilson.
Snap to Murray, drop straight back in trouble. Flushed out, moving to his right. Now stepping up, keeping the play alive. Lobbing it wide open, back of the end zone is Wilson. He pulls it in for a touchdown.
Garrett Williams.
Play action. 5-step drop, throws deep middle, and it is intercepted at the 18-yard line by Garrett Williams. He's tackled there. It's what we said. All it takes is one play to maybe turn this thing around, and Garrett Williams made that play.
Dante Stills.
Snap to Goff. The Cardinals rush 3. Back to throw goes Goff in trouble. Sacked back at the 45 by Dante Stills. Making another play with just a 3-man rush. It's a loss of about 8.
Kyler Murray.
He's just become such a different quarterback from the beginning of his career. I was thinking back to actually 2020 when the Cardinals were undefeated. And you remember Kyler Murray was in the MVP conversation. He was great, but what he was doing was far less sustainable. It was so much, hey, Kyler, go make a play, and he was extending and making crazy throws on the move. This is different. This is a different level of quarterbacking we are seeing from Kyler Murray.
And the winner is?
This could go one of two ways.
Garrett Williams.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's good.
Did you go with Garrett Williams too?
No, I went with Dante Stills. It's West Virginia. No, we're not doing that again.
The one that threw me off is Kyler being in there. It's you. If you were thinking about it a certain way, then Kyler's just the answer, right? I mean, how much he has evolved this year and how he's in control and leading this team. But I also went with Garrett Williams.
So what I will say is this is the first category that we have had that every player in the category received a vote.
Wow.
I believe it.
Yeah,
Every category, every
yeah.
player in this category.
Yeah, that's really, really good. Garrett Williams, oh my goodness, I love this kid. I do believe he could actually be a team captain in the future. I honestly believe that. He has got an incredible understanding of the defense right now and also makes calls on the field. It's really incredible that they're trusting him to do that. And this is a guy that is just as important to this team off the field as he is on. That sounds like a future team captain to me.
One of those guys too, where if he doesn't improve as rapidly as he is, they probably have less wins. You know, like Paris Johnson Jr., the same thing. If Paris Johnson Jr., like you just said, doesn't immediately make that switch over to left tackle and step in like he's been playing it his whole life and his whole career, then they probably have lost another game or two. And same with Garrett Williams. If he's not becoming what he's becoming in the secondary right now, then that's a weakness instead of something that's now kind of turning into a little bit of a strength for the Cardinals.
Just think of the three guys we've been talking about right now. Dante Stills, okay, he was in the running for this award, did not get it, but Dante Stills, Garrett Williams, of course, and Paris Johnson Jr. What do all three of those guys have in common?
Pretty much everybody in this whole segment has been a second-year player or a rookie.
Second-year player or second-year players. It's so important. Your first year in the league, basically, it's whether you can stay there. It's about, do you belong? And then your second year is how much better can you get after you find in yourself, in your heart, you can actually get better and you belong in the league. Oh my goodness, the second year then explodes before you. And I think we're seeing that with Paris Johnson Jr., the confidence that he gained in his rookie year. Garrett Williams, Dante Stills. This is happening right now. It's why the Arizona Cardinals are in a state of flux. They're developing. They're getting better right now.
Everybody else hears it with the music, right? I mean,
Yeah,
Wolf,
no, there's no doubt.
Can you imagine if you were at like a podium right now?
Sunshine.
Is this Remember the Titans music? Is that
No,
what-
no.
But it does sound like
But you said
Yeah.
it was, so.
It does. It sounds
It's
like
fantastic. You do feel like giving a speech.
it is. Is this? Are we counting this as the first annual or the second annual? Did we do this last year?
I don't think we did this last year, first annual.
But we did.
We did do awards at the end of the season.
At the end of the season. Okay, so this is the first annual bye-week awards. This is.
I see.
You're getting in on the ground level if you're listening to this right now.
Yeah.
This is the start of a tradition unlike any other.
I'm loving this.
And we've already had 3 categories, 3 winners. Aaron, do you want to recap those real quick?
So our most impactful rookie was Marvin Harrison Jr. The best second-year player was Paris Johnson Jr. And the most improved player taking home that award was Garrett Williams.
And it should be clear, it should be noted, it's not just those of us on the show making these decisions. There is an entire academy out there in the
And as
newsroom.
I will admit,
Yeah?
I did not vote as part of the academy because I'm running this award
Well, yeah,
show.
you can't. You
so
can't. It would be tainted.
if I know the results, I don't want to rig any of them.
No.
So I am not a part of the academy.
We don't need a situation like
Impeccable.
that. We don't need that sort of scandal around this award.
That's right. We don't need that.
No.
Shall we continue?
Let's do it.
Alrighty.
Best moment of the first half of the season. And the nominees are
Amari DiMercato, 53-yard TD just before halftime.
Forget about the 5 route, David. Forget about the Hail Mary. How about the Hail Amari? DiMercato down the sideline. Oh, my goodness.
Kyler Murray's 50-yard TD run versus the 49ers.
And the snap to Murray, and he's going to keep it running to the right. He's got room at the 45-40. He points to the sky as he takes off at the 30, at the 20, the 10, the 5, touchdown. A design run for Kyler Murray. It goes for 50 yards. He's barking at the crowd in the end zone. And less than 2 minutes in, the Cardinals have the first score of the game.
Chad Ryland's game-winning field goal against the Dolphins.
Snap, ball down, the kick from Ryland is up, and the kick is good, and the Cardinals win it.
Chad Ryland with ice water in his veins.
Kyler Murray getting his helmet knocked off and then throwing a decisive TD 3 plays later.
Wow. Oh, my goodness. He's got a little grin on his face right now. I like it.
I like that too.
He got hit right between the shoulder blades. The bucket came off and rolled about 10 yards. Oh, my goodness.
And the winner is?
I feel like I can guess which one Wolf voted for.
Kyler Murray's 50-yard TD run against the 49ers.
There it is right there. Okay. That's the best moment. Is that what you're saying?
Well, this is what I would say. This was maybe the hardest one for me to pick because there are legitimately, we just rattled off four really strong moments, and you could easily add a few more in there too. I will tell you why I ultimately settled on that Kyler run. How many players / former players have we heard since that run say, I don't remember ever seeing a guy celebrating at the 45 basically because he knew he was going to score. And that touchdown was the start of the Niners game, and you could make a case that was kind of like the turning point into this 5-1 run. That was like the starting point, I guess I should say. They're 5-1 counting that Niners game.
For me, the best moment was Kyler Murray getting his helmet knocked off and then throwing a decisive touchdown 3 plays later. And the reason being is because he showed so much toughness and resiliency out in the field. You have no idea how that will inspire teammates around him. You're talking about the smallest guy on the field. There is a protection gene that we all have, and football players are no different than anybody else. And when you see the smallest guy on the field get waylaid to a point where his helmet rolled 10 yards, literally, and that guy got up, smiled, and threw a touchdown pass 3 plays later. Especially all the talk about Kyler Murray, and He's so skittish. He's so skittish. He's terrified to play. The best thing that could possibly happen, I think, was for the worst thing to happen. He gets blindsided to a point where he takes a massive shot and gets up in, says, "Eat it," and throws a touchdown pass, a dime, to Marvin Harrison Jr.
All right, we get it. We get it. We get it. You
This
voted for this
is
one.
a still point moment in this kid's career. I kid you not.
The fact that you said, and then he got up and threw a touchdown right as the music flipped over to being inspirational again is uncanny.
I'm just saying, watch what happens from this point. The worst thing that could possibly happen to me happened to me. And look how I responded. That kind of toughness. Way to go,
So he responded to
Biggest
his injury,
surprise of the first half of the season. And the nominees are...
How many injuries the Cardinals defense has overcome?
It was tough. Obviously it sucks when you got guys, who have to deal with injuries. Losing Dennis Gardeck, B.J. Ojulari, D-Rob, hurt. But at the same time, this is the game of football. Next man up mentality. We have guys that, we're ready to step up to the role and continue to just go out there to allow us to put, our brand of football.
The Cardinals being in first place in the NFC West at the bye week.
Yeah, this is a blast. Just to play at a high level, to win a lot of games, just to keep going. This is what I came to do here, and this has been a lot of fun. And I just hope to continue to do it, continue to grow and build, and finish out this season strong.
Chad Ryland.
Yeah, it's huge, and we try to rattle him at practice. He's never rattled, and this guy, he's kicked 3 game winners out of the last 4 games? I don't know.
And the winner is the Cardinals, being in first place in the NFC West at the bye week.
Ding, 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 ding. We have a winner. How could it be anything else?
Well, and I will say, Chad Ryland did rack up a good amount of votes.
Yeah, look, I voted for Ryland, but I was voting thinking I was just trying to come up with players, not overarching existential themes. If I was gonna vote based on now hearing all the categories, yeah, I could get on board with the fact that they're in first place. Honestly, I'd get on board with the fact that they've overcome all these injuries too. The fact that you have that many good surprises in the first 10 weeks of the season, that says a lot about where they are right now.
No, I am obviously with you because that's what I voted for. The Cardinals being in first place in the NFC West after 10 games, especially with a 2-4 start, and then you win 4 in a row. Oh my goodness. The dust is settling.
Is that why you
here in the
raised
basin.
your arms while that particular contender was being read? Like, Wolf would be great at an actual awards show.
I did.
Hey, who's the guy standing up and cheering while just the nominees are being read? All right, welcome back to this very important conclusion to the Wolf and Luke Bye Week Awards. We've handed out 5 awards. The Academy has, really. It's out of our hands.
I see.
And there are 2 awards remaining. Aaron, would you care to explain the remaining awards?
We have MVP, and we have Glue Guy.
Perfect.
Boy, those are 2 extreme opposites, yet at the same time, they fit perfectly.
Like a glove, right?
I want to know who Wolf voted for, because there was much controversy last time we did this. Glue Guy was like the first award we handed out at like 10:15 at the end of last season, and it turned into a fight for the next 3.5 hours. So we'll see how that plays out.
Honestly, if you're going to bring that up, the reason why is because Buda Baker is not a glue guy.
Guys, we're not even...
That was a year ago.
You ready?
Yes.
Okay.
MVP of the first half of the season. And the nominees are...
Kyler Murray.
Elite, man. The guy is zoned in. He's locked in. You can just kind of tell. He's got that look in his eye, and when he's in that mode, he's unstoppable.
Buda Baker.
He's a heck of a player for us. He's just constantly hitting the ball. Leadership through the roof. motor and violence through the roof.
James Conner.
The swag, the aura, it energizes the offense, sideline, defense, the whole team. Stadium feels that. That's what he is for us. Not only a playmaker, but a guy that guys can lean on, and he gets people going for sure.
Trey McBride.
Deep set, looking over the middle, dumping it off short, and it's caught by McBride, wrapped up, broken tackle though, and then he hurdles a defender at the 40, 45, out of bounds at midfield. That was Gronk-esque.
And the winner of the MVP award at the bye week is...
It's tough. This is really tough.
Over and over and over and
It's James
over
Conner.
and over 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 again.
Oh my goodness, that is well played right there.
Man.
Honestly,
The Academy has spoken.
This is really split. It was split between Kyler and James. James Conner had 6 votes. Kyler had 5.
yeah. Oh, I believe that. I get it with Kyler Murray, and by the end of the year, I might change that vote. And we're going to have the end of the years as well, correct, Mel?
Sure.
I would imagine
There
at
haven't
some
been any
point.
incidents this year, so I feel like we could do that now.
I know. I
Really.
feel like we could.
I went with Kyler, but you don't have to talk me into James Conner for a
See,
team
I
MVP.
feel the same way for the most part, but I think the identity of the Arizona Cardinals right now is a run-first team. It's their identity. And their offensive line has done an incredible job of opening up holes and giving James Conner an opportunity to run the ball. And it's not just that. It's also now the development of Trey Benson and Amari DiMercato. These two guys have got to continue to do it. You know why I feel this way. Otherwise, James Conner, I think, is going to be beat down in the second half of the season. He runs the ball so confrontationally, so physically. You got to spot him. And I think that's happening right now. I think there's a recognition that is going on. And yet James Conner, not only through running the ball, but also receiving the ball, he is the Arizona Cardinals MVP.
It's the second time you've done this on the show where as you changed demeanor of your conversation, the music changed behind you to become more inspirational. When you start talking about Trey Benson and Amari DiMercato.
It's kind of innate, though.
Guess so.
You know me.
You ready to kick off this last one?
Yes, one more.
Glue Guy. And the nominees are
James Conner.
A guy that doesn't say too much, but when he gets up there and speaks, it means something. You know what I mean? Not a lot of volume, but the substance behind it and what he's preaching, and anybody for that matter. When you get up there and you pour your heart out, guys feel it.
Buda Baker.
I know everyone sees what he does on Sundays. I
Knock
see
it
what
off.
the guy does on Monday through Saturdays, and like I said, you can't put a price tag on it. I mean, he's just a complete captain. I mean, he's a warrior.
Kaiser White.
The ultimate teammate, ultimate team first guy, like the model for accountability. I mean, there's so many stories I could probably list to you, but the guy shows up every day with a smile on his face, ready to go to work.
Trey hurdling over Dudes McBride.
Snap to Murray, deep set, looking over the middle, dumping it off short, and it's caught by McBride, wrapped up, broken tackle though, and then he hurdles a defender at the 40, 45, out of bounds at midfield.
And
Awful.
the winner is winning by 2 votes. It's Gluta Baker.
Oh my goodness! Stop it! This is rigged.
It's
and
not
you
rigged.
know it. Yes, it is.
It's not rigged. I swear. I can
Why do
tell
these
you.
people not understand?
I
this,
can
Mel?
tell you who the Academy is. We won't say it on the air because we
Come
want to
on.
protect the Academy. But what I will say,
Protect him from Wolf.
Buda Baker got 5 votes. And I will out one person. Tyler Drake wanted me to make sure that you knew that he did not vote for Buda Baker.
Okay, I'm so proud of you, Tyler. I
So-
really am right now because a glue guy
Hold on.
is not a guy who's been to the Pro Bowl 6 times. 6. That's one of the best players in the league. It's not a glue guy.
We're starting with Glue Guy next year.
Oh my goodness. He's going to be in the Hall of Fame. You glue guy, Buddha. Oh, my goodness. A glue guy is a good player. Don't get me wrong on that. He's a good player. But he's a guy that just gives you everything on and off the field. And his teammates recognize the fact that he doesn't have great talent. Buddha Baker has great talent.
So what I will say, 5 votes for Buddha, 3 votes for Kaiser, 2 votes for James, 1 vote for Trey McBride.
Wolf, I want to say that you're completely and 100% right here. I don't know what people are thinking. Buddha Baker is not a glue guy. A glue guy is a Will Hernandez, a Dennis Gardeck, a Greg Dortch.
Okay, hold on.
Those are glue guys.
Hurt. Everybody's
Hold on.
hurt.
Ron Wolfley,
Can
yeah.
we hold on for a quick second?
Sure.
Because the Will Hernandez name that came out of Rick's mouth actually came out of my mouth in the break. Because originally, Rick said, well, Tip Ryman is a glue guy. I said,
a rookie.
Yeah, he's a rookie. That's the only
prove
thing.
it. Prove to me that you can be a glue guy, Tip.
Okay, maybe like Elijah Higgins. I don't know.
Higgy Bear.
Higgy Bear.
Okay.
Also known as.
No, I mean, honestly, I don't mean to defame a glue guy in any way, shape, or form. I think most people would have looked at me and said, Wolf's a glue guy. A glue guy is not the principal pieces, so to speak. What does glue do, Basinonians? It joins 2 different entities. It joins them together. And it's the glue. It's the stuff you don't even see. Buddha Baker. That's Buddha. He's only been to the Pro Bowl 6 times. One of the best players in the National Football League, and he's a glue guy.
We got to ask Buddha about this.
And you know what? Can we just end on this note?
Sure. This peaceful music.
ArizonaSports.com has a story up here, okay? It says that ESPN NFL insider Jeremy Fowler reports there is a real chance that Buddha Baker does not hit the open market. It says, quote, the people I've talked to believe there's a realistic chance Baker and the Cardinals can reach a deal before free agency. Baker prioritizes winning, so if he believes he can win big in Arizona, staying there is a viable option. The Cardinals have shown encouraging signs in recent weeks. Baker is also about his business, as he showed with an April 2023 trade request, so the Cardinals would have to pay up for a 28-year-old with 5 consecutive Pro Bowls. Glue guy, Buddha.
Yeah, is that because the Cardinals don't want to give up their glue guy? Did he say anything about that in there, or was it just kind of implied? Seems like it was implied. You can't let a guy like that go. That's good news. And I hope that we make a promo out of you reading that news, because this music will be playing in the background. And people will be like, what's going on that show?
I do love the music. There's no doubt.
It's soothing. All right. I would say that was a rousing success. The the first ever bye-week awards for the Arizona Cardinals.
It was rigged.
What? No. Why would it be rigged? If I'm not a part of the academy, it's not rigged.
How?
Do you want? Okay, you know what? I can give you the names of the people who voted.
You can't.
No, I don't want to know the names.
That's the one
No
person
way, I
you
don't.
can't
You can
give
go
to
up to
Wolf.
them and ask them if it was rigged.
I don't want to know the names. I don't.
They don't want you to know their
I
names.
don't.
I would rather their names were just written publicly somewhere than Wolf have them.
Yes, let me just slink away.
You
Privacy.
You can't yet. We still have another segment.
Thanks for watching Wolf and Luke. Tap to see more and click the button in the middle to subscribe to Arizona Sports.